All right. Hey guys, welcome to the call. So honored to be on Jan's team call. So yay for Jan's team. Super excited. Jan is barreling toward senior gold, so that's awesome. And her team is super excited about sharing with people the health benefits and the business opportunity with Plexus. So you guys have a great leader with Jan. I'm super happy for you guys. And she said you are all awesome at sharing these products. So congrats and kudos to you guys. Your leader was bragging on you. So anyways, I was just going to introduce myself really quick. If you don't know me, I am Megan Goff. I am a crunchy mom, homeschool mom of 6. We live in Illinois on a farm. It's actually my dad's farm, but we live on the property or close to the property. And 2.5 years ago, or actually, sorry, 4 years ago, I was introduced to Plexus, said no thank you, looks like an MLM, and it looks like weight loss, not interested. I was in the midst of a health crisis. We found out our house had mold in it, and I had a lot of health issues, and our kids had different issues too. But anyway, super sick, working with a naturopath. She helped me heal from a lot of things simply by addressing root issues. And about 18 months later, I started seeing Plexus on Facebook. And I had multiple people telling me about it, reaching out to me, and I decided to give it another look because they were chatting about things I tracked with, things like gut health, candida yeast overgrowth, things like that, just things that clicked with me. So I hopped in on the products just for the discount. I became an ambassador. I wanted cheapest prices. I thought I'll give it 4 to 6 months and see what happens. And that was Valentine's Day of 2015. And I'll just say I saw potential with the business because I saw people being successful. And what kind of triggered for me, what was a trigger for me is because I'm fairly competitive. I'm somewhat entrepreneurial. I've always had kind of little side businesses going, things like that. I saw some people start sharing on Facebook. And so I was on the products. I actually quit after 2 weeks in, thought it was tanking my milk supply. I was postpartum with baby number 5. And turns out baby had a tongue and lip tie. So it wasn't the products. I got back on. I started studying. I was kind of subconsciously building my belief. I was just listening to call after call about the products, the science details behind it. I wanted every single piece of information because I knew if I was going to share this, people were going to ask me, what kind of magnesium is this? Tell me the ingredients in Slim. Okay, what about this and that? What about that? Why is this probiotic better? I needed to know all those things. So I was building my belief for those 6 weeks. And I saw some other people start sharing on Facebook. I was like, okay, it's now or never. I'm either going to do this or not do this. I had to do a lot of kind of thinking through my brain about things. It was a little bit odd to me to share something and then get compensated for it. So I had to wrap my brain around, okay, so I share. Maybe I'll just refer everyone to Shoshana from Bulk Herb Store. I don't know that I want to get paid for something. Do I want to make money off of people? But then I decided, if Shoshana has a business and she's a businesswoman, what's wrong with me being one? So that's a little bit of my mindset. I had a lot of fears. I was very scared, but I shared anyway. I was actually super excited about the products. I was fearful about what people are going to think. My biggest fear was that people were going to think I was trying to sell them something. Like, how desperate is she for money that she has to do this? But I was pumped about the products because they were working for me, and I understood what they were doing for me and for other people, and it just made sense. So I did not see the business for me initially either. So I started in February. At the very end of April, I had shared for about a month probably on Facebook, and I was just educating, like, cool guys, look what I just learned about this product or about this ingredient. I was super excited. And I went silver at the very end of April. So I did not go silver my first month or my first week. And actually Angie's mom, so this is an interesting story. Angie's mom was one of my, I think she might've been my first customer. She saw me post about the pink drink on Facebook and she ordered it. And then Angie happened to try it, and then Angie loved it, and the rest is history, right? Her mom signed up as an ambassador under her, and Angie signed up under me, so it was pretty cool how that all worked out. And anyways, so I remember sitting and listening to Jessica Heffley. Okay, she's our Diamond Upline, and her actually my sponsor went to church camp with Jessica, and Jessica she grew up about an hour from where I live. So there's this funny little connection right there, but I did not see the business for me. I remember sitting back very skeptically at an opportunity event that she hosted in Decatur, Illinois 2 years ago. And I remember overhearing Carrie tell her mom that she had 80 people on her team. And I was floored. In my mind, it was like, 80 people? That is insane. How do you get 80 people on your team? Like, ridiculous. I was thinking, well, maybe I could get 20. Maybe I could get 20 on my team by like next February. Like by my year anniversary, maybe I could share with 20 people. Okay, well, then in July, okay, that was May. Then in July, she hosted another event, and my team was blowing up. Like, I think in July, 16 people joined my team as ambassadors. Like, I had to pedal down. I was sharing. I was excited. People were joining the team, and they were starting to do what I was doing, I was just excited. I had passion. I had belief. I was bold, and I was telling people about it. I mean, everyone needed to know about what I had, right? And so there were people joining, and right at the end of, right at the end of June, actually, I think I promoted to gold. And then in July, I had that many people join my team. I did that product tester post. So if you haven't utilized that, try it. Sometimes it doesn't work. It just depends on who sees it at what times. The algorithms on Facebook are crazy, but that really triggered with people. So all that to say, that's kind of a little backstory on me, but all that to say, I didn't see it for me. I saw potential. I was hopeful about the products. So if that's you tonight and you feel like, I don't know, I have all these fears. I want to try the products. Hey, I'll just say, go for it, hop in and try. Okay. And I will just say, I have a couple questions to ask. And the top 2 things that I recommend when you're starting Plexus, I always recommend personal development. Developing as a person benefits not just you and your family and the people the lives that you touch, in your town or whatever, in your church. It affects everyone, and it affects your Plexus business. So the better you can be as a person, the more healthy you can be, the more you are going to thrive in what we do in Plexus, okay? So you got to fill up your cup so you can pour out to other people. And this is all beneficial, whether, whatever you're doing in life, your mom and dad, all that. So number 1 thing, Secret Code to Success. It's a book that we started, I think in May. Highly, highly recommend purchasing it. And if you can't afford it, there's a free download. So no excuses why not to read it. You can also get an audiobook, which would be a very efficient way to learn from that author. Second thing is the IPA journal. The reason I've been successful is because I have consistently done what the IPA journal outlines. And I do it times 5 or 10. That's why I've been successful. It gives you the basics of what you're supposed to do every day. The 2 other things I'll just say, we have a team page called One Team on Facebook, so make sure your sponsor added you to that. And then go to the pinned post. Oh, baby found me. The pinned post at the top of the team page has all the resources that you need to get started. Learning how to navigate Facebook, the YouTube channels. Plexus U is a great resource. There's also a post called Megan's Notes, and you find it by doing hashtag Megan's Notes, all lowercase, no spaces. And that will pop up. And I basically systematically go through, after 2.5 years in this business, I pretty much get asked the same questions. I reach out, follow up, sign up, kind of the same little steps. Okay, and so I just walk through that with everyone. And those are things that I've saved as notes into my phone. That way when I have someone ready to join or that have certain questions asked, boom, the answer's right there. I just copy paste from my notes. Even when I have team members that want me to go like and comment on their posts, I already have responses. Short, witty little things that I copy paste when people need me to go support their Plexus posts. Okay, so the number 1 thing, the questions to ask is, what are your goals? What is your goal? So maybe you want to get your products covered. Maybe you have a rank goal. Maybe you see that income disclosure chart and you think, oh my word, if I could get to Ruby, I could quit my job. So my number one thing is make a goal, set a goal, and also know your why. Know your why you're doing, why you're going to share, and then share that with your sponsor or a sideline teammate. So you have to decide and make a plan. Your IPA journal will work simultaneously, or you'll work that with your Frank's list, okay? And if you're not sure what a Frank's list is, go to that pinned post, and in those training videos and like the new ambassador training, that will explain what all that is, the Frank's list. Now, the team page is a conversation that started 2 years ago. So when you get added to the team page, sometimes it feels like you are a day late to a conversation that's already started, because there's a lot of information in there, and it's kind of a jumble. A lot of the product information that I initially had in there has been bumped way down into that group page, so search by topic. A lot of the information that's bumped to the top, or the things that we post now, is a lot of business information, because simply that's what we're teaching and training on right now. It's a given that you have belief in the products. If you don't have belief in the products, we need to get you added to some testimony pages so you can go listen and learn and read about people's testimonies. And also I have a Facebook group called What is Plexus that anyone can be added to. You can utilize that as a resource. And there's a lot of information about products, because as I was learning, I just funneled it all into that little group. So there's so many resources, so many helpful resources, that you really can't fail at this business. It's a very simple business. I would say, when I've reflected, I think the reasons that I've been successful is because I have gone with the intuition that I have. So a lot of the things that I'm going to tell you about came either intuitively from me, or because this is a follow the leader business and I did exactly what Jessica Heffley and Carrie Netherton told me to do. Not that they told me to do it, but like the things that they put out there for people to duplicate, I did. And that's how I've built a business. 99% from Facebook, because I'm not out in front of people very much. I'm at home with my babies. And I work my business pretty much during nap time, during downtime, when I'm in the bathroom by myself, copy paste, respond to messages if I have to, late at night, early in the morning. That's how I've done it from the get-go. And I feel if there's a will, there's a way. I've always had little side things going. Like as I've been momming, having babies, pretty much from the time I got married till last year. I've either been, till actually now, either pregnant or nursing for the last 12 years. So I love that part of my life, but I also have other things going. So Plexus has just replaced those other research things that I was doing. So to me, it's all fun. It doesn't feel like work. And if it starts to become work, then to me, that means that I'm not in balance and something needs to give a little bit. So anyways, I would say what got me to Sapphire and almost to Diamond so far has been sharing on Facebook and sharing the products. I've been very consistent with that. I've been bold and excited. I have 100% belief in the products, and that 100% belief in the products has duplicated into I've built a business because I believe in the products. And guess what? The business I now have 100% belief in as well, because I'm proof that that's real. I don't know what that says, but anyways, I'm going off some notes here. So I would just encourage you in light of belief. And I remember Tamara Holloway talking about belief right after I joined. I clicked on her video and I was like, lady, I have no idea what you're talking about. Belief in what? And she was talking about, this is what I now understand is, in order to be successful with a business like Plexus, you have to have belief. You need belief in 4 areas. You need belief in network marketing. You need belief in the products that you're sharing. You need belief in the business. And you need belief in yourself. So my question to you is, where are you lacking? So ask yourself those questions. I have a friend, a sweet friend, and she's never really had belief in the products. And so thus, that's why her business hasn't taken off. There's always a question mark there. Okay, so if you struggle with belief in the products, there are gobs. I mean, that's why I haven't really done a whole lot of product information, because there's so many people that are way more articulate than me that have a lot more degrees and fancy titles that can share and teach you about the products and how and why they work and why they're important. Study, build belief, read, and listen. You have to be a learner in this business and view it as a rolling university. Like, don't waste any time. Like, when I'm in the car, I'm listening to stuff. I'm listening to a call. I'm listening to, well, whatever, just to learn. And I remember back and forth to baseball games. When the summer I joined, the summer right after I joined, I was learning. I was constantly learning. So it's not just learning, though, it's applying what you're learning. And I think that's one of the dangers is now in Plexus, we have so many resources and so many great tools that it's easy to only learn and not actually apply. So what you are learning about, put it into practice. I know it's easy to get sucked in and listen to like 30 different Diamond Docs and all that, and you're like, I did my Plexus work for the day, when actually you didn't ever talk to anyone. You just fueled your own belief. So it's all in a balance. You educate yourself, you build belief, but then you also have to do the do, right? Okay, so number one thing, here are some questions for you. Number one, is your foot on the brake? And this is what I see in people sometimes that struggle to get a business off the ground. Where's your foot on the brake? Is it your mindset? Are you subconsciously fearful of something? Or maybe you can articulate your fears. Once you can articulate your fears, that is usually key to overcoming, and write down whatever you're afraid of. And if you have a fear, you need to share that with your sponsor, and then they will help you work through it. Or sometimes just identifying the fear, then you'll be like, well, that's silly, that's stupid. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. That goes back to your why and your goals. I listened to Lori Harrison. I'm trying to blank on the title of her video right now. And I listened to Jessica Heffley's On Fears. And I listened to On Repeat because that's what fueled my brain instead of all the negative head trash that you'll read about in The Secret Code of Success. You have to get rid of in order to be successful in this, okay? Number two, what is your priority? And it honestly boils down to this: do you really want it? Because this will not come to you on a silver platter. I love Jill Renfo's call from last week. If you haven't listened, she tells it like it is, and she doesn't care who she offends. I mean, she said some really good things, but she had some really hard truth there too. Like, I think it could be taken and people could be offended by it, but it is true. Like, if you want this, you have to work for it. Like, I think people want to say, well, you were just lucky. You had so-and-so journey team and so-and-so, and you have this network and that network, and you have, guys, I have not gone to bed before midnight, I think, for the past 2.5 years. Like, I have a fire in my belly. I wake up excited. I want to help people. I reach out. I follow up. I cold message. I do it all. I talk to people in person, which was my fear. I am just right on the edge of being extroverted. But honestly, I think throughout my life, I've always been an introvert. And it's kind of scary to me to talk to people and learn to network. But you know what? As I've faced those fears and just made myself do it, I talk to the grocery store checkout lady. And maybe it's about Plexus. Sometimes I just bring it up really randomly. Like, hey, so I was just curious. There's something new that I've just found out about, and it's called Plexus. It's a health and wellness company. I was just curious. Have you ever heard of it? And then it strikes up a conversation. Or, hey, I'm mailing out samples at the post office. And then the lady's helping me. I'm like, okay, so I was just curious. I'm sending out a bunch of Plexus samples. Have you ever heard of it before? I mean, it can be as simple and as easy as that, just to bring it up and just practice chatting about it. And it's not because you're going to sign those people up. It's because you're just getting out of your bubble, out of your comfort zone. And who knows, maybe they are praying for an answer, and that you're bringing that up sparks a conversation, and then maybe they will end up trying the products or joining your team, or you'll bring in a sample next time. But what you did is you just expanded your comfort zone, and you shared Plexus with someone, okay? And you did it in person. So you really have to utilize all avenues. I don't think you can just only use Facebook or only use Instagram. Try them all. Like, see what works for you. Your personal network may respond differently. And, maybe it's more one-on-one chatting, meeting for lunch dates or coffee dates or things like that. It is a relationship business, so keep that in mind. It's so important to keep the relationship there. So anyways, we were chatting about that this morning. So priority, something will always come up. There's always going to be an excuse. And it kind of makes me laugh when people are, we don't host in-person events that often. Honestly, everything pretty much is on the internet, and we do Zoom meetings like this. So we have hosted some local events just to help out our local teams, because we went to Maine, we went to Tennessee, we may be going other places in the coming year. But I thought, well, we'll host some local things. We'll see what happens. Kind of spread out down here in the Midwest, so we had 3 of them. But it kind of cracked me up when there was local people that are ranked up, and they say, oh, sorry I couldn't come, I had this or that, and let me know when you have it next time. And I'm like, hello, we don't do these. These are like, I don't know, I've hosted less than 5, maybe, locally in the past 2.5 years. Like, we just simply don't do them. Like, people don't, to me, people that want this, they're going to show up, whether it's on a Zoom call, whether it's in person. Those people that show up, to them, it's a priority. Okay, so anyways, that little side note. So there's 2 things here that I wrote down: consistency and expectation. Okay, so the consistency part is do the things. It's not hard. It's a simple business. It's follow the leader. Whatever Jan is feeding you to do, just do it because it's successful. It will work. And I'm not sure why I wrote down expectation. Maybe it'll come to me. But the question is, why isn't my team growing? If you don't have a team that's growing, then you need to be asking yourself those questions. And I ask myself, like all along, I've asked myself, why? Why am I successful? Why am I going to be successful? Why am I going to be diamond? Why is my team not adding people this month? Whatever the question was that I was dealing with, I was asking the question, and then I was finding a solution. And maybe it wasn't the solution, but it was a solution that I was willing to try. And I also go and study successful people. We have been duplicating what Brooke Hemingway has been doing since April, and our team has started adding hundreds. So be mindful as you start to share, you start to work this business, find people that you think are successful, that their team is growing, maybe they're on the leaderboard. Go look at down through that list and find someone that you track with. It may not be me. It may not be Brooke. It may be someone else that you can glean from their training and duplicate. And just try it. If it doesn't work, then hey, that didn't work that month. Okay, let's try something new this month. That's kind of how I run my Plexus business, is we try things. So a couple things to do: plug into the team page 1 to 2 times daily. You don't have to be on there 24/7, but at least in the morning and at least in the evening, scroll, see what's new, plug in. Do the trainings, hop on the calls, plug into the 7-day challenges that we host. Guys, those have been so belief building for all the ambassadors, for the customers, for all of our new potentials. It's a week long. I did a little video on the team page today if you're curious what it's about. And it's super simple. It's 7 days of tasting the pink drink, and people learn. That's the idea behind it. They may not see results in 7 days, but they will learn, and their belief will be built, and they'll see, can I fit this into my routine? Can I fit this into my life? And at the end of 7 days, usually what people want to do is they want to try it for a good 60 to 90 days and see what they think and see what kind of results they can get. And so usually we have a huge turnaround of people that flip to either preferred customers or ambassadors. So utilize those things. Do an online sip and see. Host some events. If your network responds well to parties, host a couple of parties back to back. That's what I did when I joined. I was just excited to get the word out about Plexus. Do an online sip and see. Ruth Mann did a training on our team page, and she explains how she did it. It was successful. It helped her get to silver. And the 90-day rule. Let's chat about that really quick. The 90-day rule simply means what you do today affects what happens in 90 days. If you are very faithful and consistent in filling out your IPA journal, and if you can't afford an IPA journal, sign up with Ambassador and invest that business building bonus into your journal. Or if you really don't want to do that, go to the team page. There's a PDF file. Actually, it might be on Jessica Heffley's team page. You can print it off. There's other IPA papers you can print off just to keep you on track, okay? My whole journey till like this spring, I just use notebook papers. I have lists everywhere. And I'm kind of a hot mess, not super organized. So guys, You can be successful doing the mom life, having a lot of kids, you homeschool, you private school, whatever your life is like. You can be successful. You just have to do the work, right? So, a couple things that I had written down. So the 90-day rule, what you do today affects what happens in 90 days. So it's a law. What you sow, you will reap. So if you are sowing seeds, you are chatting with at least 5 new people a day. You're following up with the 3 people. You're friending new people on Facebook. You're working to get 500 Facebook friends. And if you already have that many, then you're working to get 1,000 Facebook friends. You're starting to share on Facebook about Plexus. You're starting to share your life more and be living out loud to attract people to who you are and what you have to share with others. That is going to be the things that give you results in 90 days. And I would say if you fill this out every day for 90 days, you will see something happen in your business. If you don't, please PM me, PM your sponsor, because then it means you might need some coaching on what you're saying, how you're saying it, or maybe how you're living your life. Maybe your daily life isn't kind of backing up what you're sharing about with Plexus. So FYI on that. So a couple of things. The faster you go, the less people you need. So when I joined, it was standard. It was normal to rank up to gold in probably between 3 to 4 months. Now, some of you may be sitting there thinking, what? How in the world? That was just the goal. That was just the kind of the precedence that Jessica Heffley set, and we rose up to the occasion. We did it. We didn't depend on our team to get rolling and started adding people. We did it until we had runners. So the faster you go, the less people you need. So if you take 2 to 4 months to go gold, your people don't have time to quit before you reach that goal. Does that make sense? So just FYI on that. Leading with the products and the business, people are in a situation where most people don't have enough money and a lot of people have health issues. And if they are uber healthy and fitness and that is their gig, people still need a supplement. It's just my personal mindset that you need probiotics, omegas, and a multivitamin. Bare minimum, that's been through my health journey, Crunchy Mom life. Everyone needs that. And Plexus has like brilliantly combined ones. So what a lot of people are taking multiple supplements for and a lot more expense, Plexus has combined them into easy to take, very simple products. So you also never know when you're a few months or 1 month away from signing up someone that's just going to be a go-getter. And a quick story I'll just share. I've shared this before, so hopefully it's not redundant, but in March, I was at a friend's wedding in Iowa, and I sat next to the pianist at the reception. She had 5 kids. She was kind of the stage ahead of me, and we connected on a lot of levels. She had a lot of kids. I had a lot of kids. She was a musician. I'm a musician. We connected. We were friends on Facebook. Boom. She started seeing my Plexus posts. Guess what? She joined the team at the end of April. She wanted to see results first. So I'm like, okay, whatever you say. But who do you know? People need what you have, even if you don't have a story yet. You don't have to have a story for it to work for other people. Just keep it in mind. Well, middle of June, she's like, okay, I'm ready to share. So she made her first Facebook post. Within 1 month, she had added 25 people to my team. Okay, so go get her. She's adding consistently. Her PV is over 2,000 this month already. So you be a connector, be a networker. Okay, number 2 story. I was at the Ark Encounter with my family, and I met Cute Mom. We sat next to their family at the cafeteria. Justin hit it off with the grandpa. They started to chat about Jesus and Christianity and the Lord and all this stuff. I started chatting with her because she had a 3-week-old baby. So instant connection, right? Mom of 5. Anyways, friended her on Facebook too. Found out she was a nurse practitioner, and she started seeing my Plexus posts, and she's like, okay, what is this stuff? And I need to know about it, and I need to try it. And then guess what? She did the same thing. She actually she missed Fast Start Gold by like a couple days. So she added about 20 people in 35 days or something. So I'm saying that because I'm not lucky. I'm just sharing everywhere I go. Okay? Those people, if I would have just sat to myself and minded my own business, they would not be on my team. So you have to be outgoing, be friendly, be a connector. I did not share Plexus with them when I met them. Actually, Justin may have said, because sometimes people ask what we do. We're just like, oh, we work for a health and wellness company. A lot of times I don't even bring it up. I am passionate and excited about Plexus, but sometimes I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? So if it comes up in conversation or they say something that triggers, I'll say something, but I don't just right away pounce on Plexus, you know? So I share it when it's organic to bring it up. Or honestly, a lot of times people bring it up to me because I am sharing stories on Facebook. I am intriguing and engaging people on my Facebook feed. I'm utilizing Instagram. I'm using those hashtags. I'm getting new followers. So, oh my word, I just said a lot of things. I hope I'm not talking too fast, but I would say if you are wanting to build a team, if you're wanting to rank advanced, the biggest thing you can do is build a team, and you have to share the business. If you're scared about sharing the business, go to the video section of our team page and look up the call that I did about my own confession. I'm out in my garden by an apple tree. You'll see the background just like 2 months ago, I think. And go listen to Jessica Heffley's about why to share this business. She has 7 level 1 jewels and I think 25 jewels on her team as a whole because she was bold about sharing about the business. She was bold about attracting reds to her team, people that were interested in success, money, recognition. And what turns reds on is sometimes a turnoff to other people. So you want to have it in balance, of course, but that's what attracted strong reds, strong personalities to her team. And that's not to say that only reds go to emerald. I'm not saying that, but what you do when you start sharing that way is you start to attract people that are business minded. Okay. So yellows and blues and greens, everyone can be jewels too. I'm just saying a lot of times those strong reds go quickly, and those are the type of people that you want on your team. Okay. Because they will bless your team in lots of ways. And if you are silver and no one wants to do this business with you, don't worry. If I counted on the first 3 people that joined me, bless their hearts, love them to pieces, they're all super sweet. Most of them actually, most of the people that were on my team before I hit gold are still on my team. Or lots of them are. But if I would have depended on those people to get me where I am now, I would not be here. Some will, some won't, so what? Okay? And you just kind of have to get over the fact and not bank on any one person. You will realize that this business surprises your socks off. The people that you think are going to rock and roll, they don't. The people that you think they're not going to do anything, oh my word, I don't think they can build a team, those are the people that end up surprising you. And they grow, they do the things, they learn, and they're coachable, okay? So, I think that's everything. Let me make sure I chatted about the things Jan had mentioned to me. Why don't we open it up for questions? Jan, why don't you want to unmute and you can tell me what questions or maybe what I didn't hit on that I need to expound on more. Maybe I need to unmute you. Hang on.
Actually, I think you've done an amazing job. You hit on so much for us, Megan. Just amazing what you've shared. I've got so much written down here, and I can't actually wait to go back and re-listen to the recording to see what I missed, because you've hit so much so fast.
That's the scary thing about recordings. Whatever I say, it's out there.
But I think it's terrific. And I've had 2 or 3 girls text me while we've been talking, just saying, hey, I wasn't anywhere where I could jump on. And I've promised them we'll get them the recording. So yeah. I think this has been amazing information. Okay. And Carrie, who was on with us, had to jump off but I think we can, and whoever is Samsung hasn't let us know who they are, so I don't know if they have any questions or not. And so I don't have any questions right now. I'm just anxious to go back and listen. Angie's still on with us. Angie, did you want to say anything?
I thought it was great. I enjoyed re-listening all over again. And I'm just very excited for your team and what's happening and how you guys are growing. I guess I'm on video here. Sorry, I didn't realize I was.
Hey.
I think your team has a lot of momentum, and that snowball effect is happening, which is totally amazing. I think you're coaching your people well, and that's really important. Absolutely.
Well,
That's so exciting.
I think our key right now, and I know you girls are both there too, I think if we love well, we'll learn to lead well.
Yeah.
So that's where we have to kind of stay, is learning to love well so that we can lead well.
Mm-hmm. And that totally tags on what Jessica Heffley told me last week. She stopped in with their big bus, and we were just talking about life. Yeah. And she said, and I was scrolling on my notes on paper so I could remember everything and share it with the people when the time was right. But she said, a hurried life cannot love well. Love people where they are. And she said, I wish I would have, she said something to the effect of, I wish I would have realized that sooner, or just like loved people more. But I feel like sometimes when you're just in the mode and things are happening so fast, it's like, oh my word, all these people. But I agree with you. I think definitely loving well that's the bottom line.
Well, and the three of us that are still here, and I'm not sure who our other person is, we have large families. And so it's easy to get hurried.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to just slow down and take care of people right where they're at. Angie helped me with that today. We had a friend whose mother had a stroke, and she needed supplements. And I was an hour and a half away and couldn't get anything to her. And Angie stepped in and got everything to her so that she could take supplements to her mom, who just had this stroke.
Wow.
That's part of loving and leading well. So
that's speaking to me right now. I'm actually writing that down, because it is, as a mom of many, and we're busy homeschool moms, and it's like go, do. We have this list. We have to get it done. And I lack in that area. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh, here, I gotta hold it up. I don't know if you can see. Can you see how pink it is?
Yeah.
One of my friends just gave this to me tonight. She said, I know you love pink.
Aww.
And it was made, it's those paper rolled up beads.
Oh yeah.
And it was made by some ladies in Burundi, the country of Burundi.
Okay, cool.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
So,
nice.
Anyways, I thought that was big fun.
That's awesome. Yes.
So, anyways, well, so I think we're probably all set here for tonight.
Okay.
And then, Megan, if you'll show me how to share the recording with the girls that wanted to be on, we'll do so.
So all I have to do is, it's going to download to my computer, and then it'll upload to YouTube, and then I'll send you the link. But it might take a little bit to do that. So
that's just fine. I mean, yeah, if I can get it out to them tomorrow, that would be super. So
do that.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Girls.
Thanks so much, girls.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.